That's a fabulous save. That's a goal! Yes, scores! Well, that is a brilliant effort.
Hello and welcome to the Netherlands for the 2024 Kentish Cup. Recognised by UEFA and FIFA as Europe's oldest cup competition, it's been in existence for over 100 years and is a triangular tournament played between the UK, French and Dutch forces. I'm Kath Brazier, and at BFBS we're delighted to be bringing you live coverage of both of the UK Armed Forces games against the French today and the Dutch on Friday. Now, of course, this tournament has already got underway on Monday when the hosts met the might of the French forces. Let's see what happened. A year ago in France, there were scenes of joy for the UKAF team as they won back the Kentish Cup from the French. A tense 1-1 draw between those two sides meant that both those teams had to battle to beat the Dutch by more goals, and UKAF just pipped it. Now, before coming out here to Stru, the UKAF team trained at Shape in Belgium and at HMS Temeraire in Portsmouth, where Craig Tilley and cameraman Chris Giles caught up with them.
Sound check, 1 2 1 2. So another year, another Kentish Cup. How much are you looking forward to going out again this year?
Really looking forward to getting out, obviously being with the lads.
Yeah, retaining the Kentish Cup being the main effort.
Really looking forward to it. It's my first one in Netherlands, but it's always the one in the UKAF calendar that you look forward to. Obviously we're playing the national fixtures against Ireland and Germany, but the Kentish is really the main one.
You'll be playing against your first game against the French team, and they always provide stiff competition to the UKAF team. Do you expect the same again this year?
Yeah, I think for all the teams that I've played, they're probably the toughest. That game out last year, we probably deserved to win. We drew 1-1, and that's testament to how good the French were. So we expect a tough game.
Once you set it, it's up to there. I'll then come in here. There's then a bounce, and then they play it to me. Bounce, so they have to go round the flat, and then once they play it in there, it's a pass into there.
So what have you told the lads? What are your expectations for them this year?
For us, it's always to go and win it. Again, it's a different challenge to last year, where obviously we were trying to go and win it back. Retaining it, obviously there's different challenges to that, but again, the demand is go and win both games. As always, we always want to go and win football matches. As always in military football, you're probably missing one or two, but we've had this squad now really for a good year. Again, a lot of the same characters from the last Kentish Cup, so again, lots of experience, and yeah, we're looking forward to the challenge.
UKAF then have done their homework, but so have the French, and this side will be tough to beat. And a win this afternoon will give the French the cup with a game to spare. Earlier, John Knighton spoke to the French coaching team.
Well, it's great to have now with me Nicolas Aurier-Martial, who is the coach of the French military team. Nicolas, good to see you today, and after a really good performance against the Dutch on Monday, you must be feeling very confident.
Yes, we are, but it will be a big match this afternoon. We play against UK the last year, and it was very difficult. It was a very good game, if you remember this. The coach is a good guy, and I think it will be a good game this afternoon.
We're looking forward to it very much. How much have you been looking forward to this Kentish Cup?
We want to win. We want to win every time, and the UK is the same thing, I think.
There's so much history involved with this competition, and of course you desperately want to win this trophy back again. You won it in England 2 years ago. How big would it be for French military football?
Yes, we in the history, French won a lot of than the other country. So for this game, we were disappointed to lose the last year in France. So I hope this afternoon will be a good game, and to win this afternoon like this, the tournament is finished for us.
And just one final question. Lots of goals you scored on Monday. Can we expect lots of goals today?
Just one. Just one. One more. One goals. 1-0. It's okay for me and for my team.
Nicolas, thank you very much. Good to talk to you, and best of luck.
Thank you very much.
It's game time. To keep you informed and entertained, let's join John Knighton now on commentary.
Well, in military football, this is as big as it gets, isn't it? The Kentish Cup. Very good afternoon to you from Stroe, a very small Dutch village just off the A1 motorway, about 50 kilometres to the west of the German border and 100 kilometres to the east of Amsterdam. As you can see, the players out on the pitch already for this second match in the Kentish Cup 2024. Ready for the national anthems very, very shortly. It'll be started with the national anthem of Great Britain, God Save the King, and then it'll be followed by the Marseillaise after that as well. But we're truly privileged to be here right now. those are the national anthems. We're just about ready to go here. UKAF, of course, are the holders, and they're looking to hold that cup, which they won last year in France, of course, and won here in the Netherlands back in 2019. But this French military team, they beat the Dutch military side 5-0 here on Monday. Ginge White and his players know they need a good performance today if they're going to bring that trophy back to the United Kingdom. Let's go through the teams then, shall we? Get ourselves underway, starting off with the UK Armed Forces team. Ginge White knows his side. He's missing 3 key players, of course, in Jake Gosling, Luke Preen and Jake Walker, unable to be here as part of the squad, but he's running with his expected 4-3-3 formation today, and lots of experience, particularly at the back with Brodie Gray, Phil Bright, Mark Drysdale and of course Jack Wright there as well. In the midfield, lots of talent as well. Danny Kerr is going to be leading things, of course, the captain. And there's goals all over the place in this UK Armed Forces team. Elliot Holmes, Greg Peel and Joe Spalding will be starting up front. They'll be sort of playing, really swapping their midfield roles for strikers' roles too. The French side, we also know there's lots of talent in the French team as well, and their head coach Francois Petit made a couple of changes from the team that beat the Dutch here on Monday, but there's danger all over the pitch in the French side, particularly in their 4 ex-professional players who are in the side today. Dunama at number 7, and also Jabello 11, and Robin, who scored a hat-trick against the Dutch on Monday, and Espinoza. Those are the players really to look out for in the French team today. Our officials, by the way, are a mixture from all 3 of the nations involved in the Kentish Cup. Refereeing today is Wing Commander Richard Peters from the Dutch side of things. AS1 is going to be AB Hugh Marfell from the Royal Navy, and assistant referee 2 is going to be Corentin Canard from the French. He's sergeant in the French military police. Those are the statistics that we have. We need lots of goals today, don't we? And obviously everyone is who's watching back home, I'm sure, is going to be shouting for the UK Armed Forces team today. But they know, Kath, who's now joined me on commentary, what is required today. I'm
everywhere today, John. I'm surprised they haven't asked me to play, to be honest. I'm filling every role. But the UK Armed Forces players, you've been here with them right from the start. They're well up for this, aren't they? Yeah, well, this group have been around for about 10 years. I mean, the players have come and gone. Some of the players have, are definitely nearing the end of their careers. But the staff kind of started under Nicolas DeLong about 11 years ago, and he brought in a lot of people. And Ginge was under that. Diffin Pearce, the former head coach, was also under that. So this feels like this is the same team. So it feels like the players have come through the same system for the last 10 years, and they've produced a really good, professional, strong side. And yeah, like I've said to you on many occasions, I don't really support my home team of Southampton that strongly. So this is my team. I feel quite passionate about it. Well, you can show your support throughout the game, of course. Big day, of course, for Lawrence McCormick, 38 years old today, but he's actually playing his first match in the Kentish Cup today, as is Aaron Ayat as well. He's involved in the Kentish Cup for the first time as UK Armed Forces get the game underway, kicking from right to left as we look in the main stand here in their change all red strip today. It's red against the blue, and straight away we've got Jack Wright getting involved there, giving his goalkeeper McCormick an early touch of the ball. He'll go long. These players, particularly, as you say, Kath, a lot of experience at the back. They know what to expect from this French team, but there's an awful lot of danger from those players in blue shirts. There is, and we definitely saw that on Monday, but I do think the UK Armed Forces is a different side to the Dutch forces where they're at the minute. And just talking about experience at the back, you've got Lawrence McCormick, who's 38, John and Jack Wright, who's one of the youngest in the team, both playing Royal Navy. And but I love the fact that they played together and won the inter-services this year, and that's why there's such a heavy Navy presence in this team. There is a lot of Navy players here, and of course none more so than Danny Kerr, who'll be marshalling things in the midfield. Good interception straight away there from Mark Drysdale. But and the fact the free kick has been given to UKAF, the ball coming back, I think, for offside, a decision. So here's Wright.
Lots of talent though on both flanks as well for UKAF. Ball comes through, picked up by Kerr.
Definitely have the better of the possession at the minute, John. I know it's only a couple of minutes in, but they're really keen to have the ball.
Bright. Good control from UKAF. Nice ball through. And Bright get his cross in. It's a good cross. Goalkeeper David collects it for the French. But good early moments here for UKAF in these opening moments of this Kentish Cup game.
Yeah, I feel like this is, again, I mean, months of preparation, given that, you know, this time last year we were in France and, you know, these two teams were playing each other then for a really tense 1-1 draw. It feels like 12 months in the making, and here we are again.
Well, you heard from the French coach, of course, from Nicolas, who we spoke to just before the game. For them, 1-0 will be enough. If the French win today, then they will claim the Kentish Cup back. That's what they're here for. They don't care really how many goals they score today. But for UK Armed Forces, big match here. They need to come away with something from this. Wherever you're watching today, it's brilliant to have your company wherever you are around the world. And I know there's an awful lot of families and friends of the players who are going to be watching today.
A stat for you, John, just as we're beginning this game. 5 years ago in Hoogerheide in 2019, the first game between the UK Armed Forces and the French Forces, the French forces beat the Dutch in the first game 5-0, and in the next game UK Armed Forces beat the French 4-1. So
Well,
is that what we're going to see today?
If history repeats itself, there'll be a lot of very happy people wearing red shirts today, Kath. Free kick again has been given in favour of UK Armed Forces. Taken quickly, aiming for that left-hand side of the field and chasing hard after it is Sean Powell, wearing number 16 today. UKAF win the throw. Phil Bright to take it. Already making his claim on the pitch. Good header forwards. But into the hands of the goalkeeper there. Greg Peel getting himself involved in this game. Early doors for UKAF. Just the first 3.5 minutes played here in Holland. Still 0-0 between these two teams. It's going to be so tight, this match. Another free kick given to UK Armed Forces. Well, I don't think that Robin was particularly happy with that decision, but the French pick it up again. And here's Jabello, scored a goal in the game. Another through ball then from Dunyama. French playing their little triangles in midfield, but it's won back by UK Armed Forces really well. Elliot Holmes. We've seen more than a few goals from Elliot for the Royal Navy this year. He would love to be on the score sheet here again. That's a really good chase from UKAF. It's collected well. Ball flicked into the box.
Ooh. It's Joe Spalding there in the 16 shirt, John. Sorry, they've got the numbers slightly muddled up there. Not Sean Powell, but Joe Spalding in the 16 shirt.
These players notorious for changing their shirt numbers before the kick-off.
They like to catch us out. Sean Powell will be an excellent substitute when he does come on.
Yeah, in fact, his birthday is on Friday, so
yes. They'll do it for Sean, maybe.
Friday the 13th could be lucky for some. Here's the French then with Scaraminoso. That's quite an interesting name for us to pronounce. Nicely collected though for them, for UKAF.
Ooh, McCormick brave there
Just
in the goal.
a brave challenge and got it played himself out in the end, but danger there. Nice ball for Danny Kerr looking to get the ball through, but he can't. Is that Vincent actually trying to get the ball through there, but UKAF challenging for this ball back. The French looking ever more confident. That's going to be an important bit of play, good bit of play back down the field, but collected by the French. Espinosa. Control from Vieira. Ball goes out of play, and it'll be a UKAF throw. Brodie Gray there, in that right back position, number 2. Broads from Kirkcaldy, up there in Scotland, based at RAF Lucas. Can't control it, so it's a French throw then on that far side of the field.
Already heard from Paula Bright-Hill, so that's the Bright family, are always regular listeners to our live streams.
Oh, and a chance then for UKAF. Ball's flicked through. It's a really good challenge by the goalkeeper outside his box, but that's going to roll harmlessly, I'll say harmlessly out of play, but a really good challenge there from Greg Peel. I thought he was going to get on the end of it, just maybe half a yard in it, but the French living dangerously.
It shows really good intent though, doesn't it, John, when you've got the height of Greg Peel and the size of Greg Peel up front, just, you know, showing the French early what they're capable of.
And here is Peel on the ball again. That's a lovely through ball. Collected though by the French. Here's Espinosa again. Nice turn from Gibello. Oh, and that's going to be a free kick. Could even be a yellow card for Brodie Gray there for that challenge. Holding back Gibello there. Former Coventry City player when they played in League One in their days. Any Coventry City fans who are tuning in will know all about him, Gibello. He's gone down after that challenge.
And a goal scorer from the first match as well, Gibello. Indeed
it was.
It was a really good one.
Well, you were here for that game, of course.
Well, you've got the hat-trick hero, number 12, Anthony Robben, who scored all 3 of the first goals. And you sort of thought, oh, this is when the French are running. But Gibello also got on the score sheet, as did Ladislas Duniama, who, interestingly, was hanging around very sort of... I know you can't hang around the goal because was done for offside a couple of times in the Dutch game on Monday. But I noticed today they're obviously playing a different side and they're playing a different tactic, because he seems to be much more involved in the full game rather than just hanging around by the goal.
No goal hangers allowed in football.
No,
at the
moment. I know. I'm trying to say it in a way that makes sense. He was called for offside a couple of times, but he definitely was the go-to man in the match against the Dutch. But I think against UKAF he's going to have to be a lot more involved.
So it's bad news for the French, because Gibello has had to leave the field.
Quarantine,
and they are making a change.
Yeah, Quarantine Ragnay, number 19, coming on for the French. And yeah, Gibello is quite a loss, it has to be said. He's a real made a real impact in the game on Monday. So Quarantine Ragnay, number 19, coming on for the French.
So Scaramunoso will take the free kick then for the French. 3 or 4 players already in the box waiting. The header goes through, but it's well cleared by Danny Kerr in the end. Gets that ball cleared. UKAF making their way out. Phil Bright will pick that up. He's been challenged and makes the clearance.
Yeah, so as I was saying just before, we were down the other end, but the Bright family are definitely one of our biggest fans here on BFBS, so they're listening loud. Paula, thank you very much. She says, you can do this, lads. 3-1 to UKAF is her prediction, so there you go.
We'll hold you to that one, definitely, Paula. But it's an even first 11-12 minutes here. Ball goes through, nicely headed clear though by Jack Wright. Always confident at the back, as he is at the front, of course. Goals all over the place in terms of the UKAF team here. They can score from all our areas of the pitch, but the French have shown that as well so far in this Kentish Cup. Nice challenge then from Brodie Gray there, looking for the 1-2. Instead the ball goes inside to Danny Kerr. Kerr beats off one challenge. Shot comes in, cleared away, goalkeeper will collect it, despite the efforts there of Aaron Ayat. Also making his Kentish Cup debut today is Aaron, flight lieutenant of course, from Spalding in Lincolnshire. I've seen him certainly playing for UKAF against the Irish Defence Force. But and these are, make no mistake, these are proud days for our Forces players here to play in this Kentish Cup, Europe's oldest football competition, which dates back all the way to 1921. And that's why it's so important to not only to the UK Armed Forces, but to the French and the Belgians as well, who came into this competition. And to the Dutch, rather, who came into this competition. The Belgians originally, and the French and Britain involved. But there's been a few swaps over the years, but the constant change, the one consistency has been the UK Armed Forces team. Bit of a midfield battle going on at the moment. There's Kerr. Nice 1-2. Collected for UKAF by Elliot Holmes. Dave Vincent and Danny Kerr rather confusing me because Dave Vincent and Danny, from where we're looking, look pretty similar, but Kerr is wearing, of course, number 4, number 10, yeah, and Vincent is wearing number 8.
Dave Vincent, who we mistakenly renamed Dale Vincent in the Irish Defence Force game, so yeah. I think his dad found, no, his dad found it very amusing, so he's now going to call him Dale.
But has he forgiven you though?
No, hasn't spoken to me since. So sorry about that, Davey. We will we'll get you right one day. It's not easy, John, is it, when you've got names swinging?
Beautifully controlled. That is a fantastic bit of control there by the French player on that far side of the field. He's still going. A fair challenge. That was really excellent play from the French there, clearing themselves out of line and getting themselves into an attacking position. But UKAF have the ball back. Unmistakable figure of Mark Drysdale there, taking the 1-2, again with Danny Kerr. Royal Navy Sportsman of the Year, of course. Really tough challenges going in. 3G pitch here, of course. Not a lot of giving it, I'm told. So I think all the players are going to feel it at the end of this. And of course, bearing in mind the French only played on Monday, so they might be feeling it a bit towards the end of the game. Sergei being told to go back over the halfway line, but he still travelled a little bit of distance. Bright with the header. And that was a hefty challenge there from the French number 12, which the referee didn't like from Robin, and the UKAF players didn't like it either.
And it's down as well.
It was, yeah, it was a hefty one there, and Aaron still down there on the pitch. The referee is having some words. Richard Peters, he knows he's got a game on his hand to control here, but a good talking to for Robin, Anthony Robin there. Surprised that maybe a card wasn't produced there, Kath.
Well, I thought he was reaching for his pocket as he walked over, but instead he just told him to shush. And good shake of the hands there between Ayat and Robin. So all friends again, John.
Well, for the next few minutes anyway.
I think that Ayat needs to go and get his, because it was a head collision, he needs to go and get himself checked out. Yep. Or at least come on formally. So
yeah, I think he'll have to stay off the pitch for 30 seconds. Yep. While play continues, such is the rule.
Yep.
Phil Bright then with the free kick. Lovely control, brilliant control again for UKAF. And they still have the chance of pushing themselves forward. They win the throw-in. Yeah, really great work again from Greg Peel there. He's really impressed me so far, Kath, in this game.
The only Army representative in this squad, so he's doing himself proud.
And Peel goes in for it, and he will win a free kick. The French giving away an awful lot of free kicks at the moment. And this is could work well in UKAF's favour. What can they do then from this set piece then? It's Bright on the far side. He's got Ayat just behind him, who seems to be recovered from the bang on the head that he received. There's a bit of space there, actually, just from where we're looking.
Yeah.
There's a lot. Obviously, the French are expecting a high ball coming in from Phil Bright. Ayat has sort of moved across to the right-hand side. Bright then with the cross. It's aimed for the head. And that's Big Jack there on the end of it. Cross goes in. It's headed just wide.
Oh.
Yeah, it was a real chance then for UKAF.
If anyone's going to get those, it's Elliot Holmes. That was close.
But a well-worked free kick then from UKAF. And that's really the first chance we've seen in this game. The first shot, header, just wide, of course, not on target. 17 minutes played here. Through.
I think the little incident down here where the referee had to get involved, and Ayat thankfully is fine, shows that, you know, that already we're seeing a bit of drama in the first sort of quarter, and that shows how much it means to both these sides.
Yeah, it means a huge amount to both teams, and you can't really understate that.
And when they were lining up for the free kick there, John, so interestingly, apparently the French have been looking back on a lot of UKAF games, and they've been studying Jake Gosling, and of course he's not here.
Nope.
So a little bit of wasted homework, but potentially in the end UKAF probably still play the same regardless of whether Jake's here or not. So when they've planned for kicks like that, free kicks and corners, they will have had that in mind.
Yeah, well, Jake, hopefully you're watching today and cheering the boys on from where ever you happen to be. Here's Espinoza. Nice ball through, finds Robin. Robin with a cross ball. Important header there coming in from Mark Drysdale. But the French still have it, still threatening. Espinoza again out wide onto that left-hand side. And here's Robin again. Takes the challenge, shoots, and the ball hits the upright. Well, that's a real chance for the French then, and it goes wide in the end for a goal kick. But what a chance that was. What an opportunity for the French there. Really great play from Robin, hat-trick man in the first game, and the ball rolls back off the post. Well,
that heart was in my mouth there, John. That looked like it was going in.
It certainly did. And there wouldn't have been very much that Lawrence McCormick could have done about that. But it remains 0-0.
Good chances then, both ends. So we're looking at two teams that are fairly evenly matched. And I think we knew that already.
We did. UKAF bringing it out, though. Here's Jack Wright. Always looks so composed on the ball, doesn't he, does Jack? Belies his age, really. But he's lost out. Phil Bright, though, will tidy the damage up. Back to his goalkeeper.
A lot of these players, John, you talk about, you know, belying their age. They're very different characters off the pitch than they are on, which is always quite amusing to see as well.
Drysdale with a really flowing ball through. Here's Bright's. Danny Kerr, he loses out. But again, Drysdale clears up the damage. It's a real scrabble in midfield there. Hefty challenges going in. Referee says play on. And I don't think that was a very good challenge from Danny Kerr there. He felt that he'd been fouled earlier on, but he will take a yellow card there for a body check. And in fact, there's a booking as well for Boniama, from
Scaramosino.
Yeah, he was booked as well, probably for his reaction to that. But it really was a fairly hefty.
In Danny Kerr's defence, he doesn't need me to defend him, but I think he saw a off-the-ball incident, which is why he then barged into the French player, and but they both got a yellow as a result.
But neither can, so both centre halves, I think that, Danny Kerr felt there was a challenge on Greg Peel that didn't go checked. But it remains 0-0, and there's been plenty of early action then in this game. This opening fixture for UKAF in the Kentish Cup. The French, of course, having already secured that victory in the opening encounter against the host nation here, the Dutch. The French just having a strong period of possession at the moment, and that's a lovely ball down the pitch. And it's collected in the penalty area. UKAF having to clear it. And McCormack does clear it in the end. But Sergej the captain surging forward on this right-hand side, put a fantastic cross in. Well, the French, we knew they were going to be dangerous, Kath.
They're lightning up front, John. It's, I mean, I don't want to say poetry in motion. I feel like that's giving them too much credit, but when they get it right, it just all seems to fall into place.
Yeah, UKAF have got to be so careful here. Can't afford any mistakes. Because the French take the lead, we know how good they are at shutting up shop, as they showed a couple of years ago back in the UK when the match ended as a 1-1 draw. They knew that a draw would be good enough, having scored more goals than the Dutch when they played them. So they know how to see off games.
But of course, it was a 1-1 draw last year as well, which the French scored first in, and it was Jake Gosling who equalised, and that in the end wasn't enough. So still, but yes, a draw right now would be enough for them, wouldn't it?
Well,
depending on what depending on what UKAF do against Dutch.
Header goes in, chance then for shoots. Oh, and it's straight at the goalkeeper in the end. Well,
David really quick there. He had to make a double
Elliot
save.
Holmes is a man that you really want to have in that position. Has scored so many crucial goals for the senior service this season.
Hels Richardson, when people talked about Jake Gosling not being here and about facing this French team, she said, yeah, but no one's got an Elliot Holmes. So there you go, that's credit to him.
It is. Moenza, good ball out onto that left-hand side. French still challenging for it and doing well then with Racinet. Here's Lasale into the penalty area. Great challenge from Phil Bright. Up to Danny Kerr. Kerr does well. He's not fouled, says the referee. Peel is fouled, surely. That's a good rugby tackle, to be fair. UKAF will win this. It's a tasty encounter already. Is it not here? Here's Elliot Holmes. He's got a man outside in Brodie Gray. Drysdale. And here's Jack Wright. Back to Drysdale again.
Oh, lovely ball
nice.
over.
Yeah, good ball. Chase is on. I don't think, though, that Joe Spalding is going to catch that. Out of play, goal kick.
They call him Sleepy Joe, but he really isn't when you see him on the pitch. Exactly, it's a oxymoron in that sense.
Well, the French goalkeeper, David, who's not had a lot to do so far, made the point-blank save. Shot straight at him from Joe Spalding. But apart from that, he's had a reasonably quiet afternoon so far. But the French do play the ball very well. Again, looking for their men, but great challenge from Drysdale. Through ball, looking
for Peel there, but didn't come off.
This is a fascinating battle already developing between these two teams, but it remains 0-0 here. We're halfway through, just over halfway through the first half of this Kentish Cup encounter between United Kingdom Armed Forces and the French forces. The French Le Bleu. UKAF in red. That was a foul, says the referee.
And it's that man.
Robin again.
Yeah, Robin again.
Disagreed with the challenge. With the nice play from Danny Kerr. Great work from him. Looking to spread it wide onto the right-hand side. Here's Gray.
Oh, lovely.
And Spalding. Kerr again, challenging for everything. He's got to be careful, though. He is on a yellow card. A player they cannot afford to lose.
Shannon Powell on YouTube is saying good luck to UKAF and Sean Powell. Sean at the moment on the bench, but I'm sure he will make his presence felt as an impact player later on, wearing number 11 shirt. So thanks for getting in touch, Shannon.
Nice work again from UKAF, winning the ball back, but it goes straight back to Bonamia from the French. Ball goes wide. That's a really nice run through from Racinet. French just on top at the moment. UKAF not being able to hold on to the ball in a way they'd like. Good, important header from Phil Bright. Gets it away, and a bit of annoyance there from Duyama, who scored one of the goals against the Dutch on Monday. Couldn't control it though.
So Peter's come back to your getting Davy Vincent and Danny Kerr mixed up. He says DK won't be happy being compared to Davy Vincent. All them hours in the gym wasted. So yes.
A foul by Drysdale. Referee urges play to go on quickly. The French want to play it quickly. More challenging going in. Here's Robin again.
And hi Darren. Darren Vincent, which is Davy Vincent's dad, says, still find it amusing, and I now call him Dale. So there we go.
Great chance for the French here, but offside. I think, yeah, the flag has gone up on this right-hand side.
Yeah, you see he's offside again. Yeah. He's always pushing the boundaries, this one.
Dunama was just in an offside position when he controlled the ball there.
Yep. But I guess once in, 50% of the time, you're not going to be offside, are you? And it'll give you a chance.
Indeed. UKAF will be really pleased though that flag went up. Just need to have a bit more composure on the ball if they can. Just let the ball do the work. French so well organised here, of course, by Francois Petit, their manager. Talking to him before the game, he just said winning this is everything. So important to them. Ball given away there by Drysdale. They'll try and get it back again. Ayat in there well. Finds Phil Bright. Here's Ayat again. None the worse for his adventure earlier on in the game. And here's Drysdale. Says he's 21 on the biog that he gave us.
It's not the truth.
I know.
We've had Tony Frank on as well, obviously a friend of UKAF, also, UK football as well. He says his money's on Greg Peel winning a penalty, so someone who knows him well.
Great work, and that is going to be a free kick to the French. Well, looked like 6 or 1, half a dozen other to me, but referee, Wing Commander Peters, absolutely firm in that decision. Absolutely nothing between these two teams at the moment. Maybe the French just have slightly shaded it in terms of possession, maybe, and quality. They certainly had the best chance of the game when they hit the post. But UKAF standing firm at the moment. Remember that the French team have got 4 ex-professionals in their side. You expect them to play the ball well. Here's one of them, Espinosa. Goes out wide onto that far side of the field. Sergei has impressed me as well, the right back. He has the ball now. Made a really good run earlier on. Header goes in. Phil Bright has to be positive there, and is so. Here's Robin again, looking for some support. Still going. Great challenge. Yeah, that was an excellent challenge there from Dave Vincent to deny the French. They have the throw though. Half an hour played here in Stru.
I think you'll find it Stru.
You say it then.
I've been trying to perfect it
We
all
have
week.
been trying to perfect it. Bob, who's our liaison officer here from the Dutch Army, has been telling us it's Stru. Stru.
There you go.
Okay. Nice through ball, but well cut out by Phil Bright. Now, UKAF, chance to break here.
Go on, use your speed, Elliot.
Nice ball across then from Elliot Holmes. And here's Peel. Gets the cross in. Well, it's just a little bit too close to the goalkeeper.
And yeah, he was trying to find Holmes there, but he found the fluoro orange instead. Oh, we've got some French support on here, John. That's always good to see. Valérie Vaux, Allez le Bleu, with the French flag. So I'm glad to see we've got an international audience.
Indeed.
It's not all about UKAF, obviously.
Absolutely not. And but any of you watching in France, if you can give us your comments in English, that would be really helpful, because my French is not the best. I'm not sure about yours, Kath.
Well, I think we know what Allez le Bleu means.
Yeah, I'm just about okay.
I think we're all right with that one.
I think I'm okay with that one. That's a lovely ball through, and brilliantly collected for them by Joe Spalding, but couldn't quite keep it in control, so it goes out of play. French have a throw-in well inside their own half of the field. UKAF will be hoping just to keep the pressure on if they can. But it's brought clear by Robin. That's a great ball across then onto that left-hand side of the field.
Oh, great defence.
Nicely
Brady
cut
Gray.
out. Yeah, Gray did well there, but still the challenge coming in.
And
from
again, Brady Gray, one-on-one. Brilliant.
Great defensive work. They say there's a lot of experience in this UKAF defence. Having their work cut out. Goalkeeper comes and claims well. Does Los McCormack. 38 years old, getting his chance for UKAF at this stage, which is great to see.
So I had to check with him that his age was right. And he said, no, that's me, 38, Royal Marine, proud of it.
Absolutely.
You know, fit as a fiddle.
Honesty is everything, really, Kath, you know.
It's physically impossible for Mark Drysdale to be 21, having been in this side for as long as he has, so...
Yeah, I mean, he must. If he was really 21, he would have started before he was born, I think. UKAF working the ball nicely in midfield here, just to keeping some composure. Doing well. Here's Drysdale. Here's the man himself. Imposing player. Ball through, aiming for Peel. Nice
ball,
touch back.
Unlucky.
But I don't think Danny Kerr can get that. But Phil Bright
Lovely.
will. Here's Big Jack. Nice control then from Ayat there. And UKAF having a nice little spell of possession as we head towards 35 minutes. And 10 minutes left in this first half. Still 0-0 between these two.
I think Ayat's having a stormer. I don't know whether that bang to the head did him any good, but
you never know.
He's caught in a lot of those midfield battles. Really enjoying it.
Here he is. He's really enjoying himself in midfield, as is, of course, Danny Kerr. Spreads it wide onto that right-hand side. Drysdale again with that ball in.
Peel.
Aiming for Peel. Peel gets the header up. Referee says it was a fair challenge, but French defender has gone down there. In fact, that's the French captain, isn't it, Quentin Sergei, who went down. It was a fair challenge, but the referee quite rightly stopping play.
John, we asked the Dutch players and the French players and the UKAF players their favourite all-time national player. Who do you think the French went for? There were 5 of them. Who do you think? 3 went for one, 2 went for another.
Well, current player?
No, of all time.
Of all time? Well, I really couldn't say. We are going to reveal the answer, I think, at half-time, aren't we?
He's not going to give the game away. I can tell you Zinedine Zidane was on there a lot.
Yep.
And Thierry Henry got a mention.
How about Patrick Vieira?
No. We've got a Vieira playing today. Melvin Vieira's on the bench for the French.
Don't think there's any relation.
No.
Not that I know of.
He might claim it.
A nice header back from Phil Bright there. As Danny Kerr is everywhere all over this pitch. Actually, we were talking about age, weren't we, at the Royal Navy Sports Awards.
Well, you were.
I was, yeah. Danny was denying everything, of course, just saying, but John, you're older than me, which is fine, you know, and it's true.
Good bants, John. It's great bants at the Navy
Works
Sports
well. Wright and Drysdale. What a combination they are at the back. And with this four at the back, it's not exactly a flat back four at all.
No.
But looking confident. But the French looking confident, coming forward now with LaSalle out on this right-hand side to Robin, who's been a rich source of positive stuff for the French team so far, but he's challenged. Back to LaSalle again. And here's Espinoza. Goes back outside to LaSalle. Cross comes in. Goalkeeper
Good
claims
from
it.
McCormick. Lovely.
Yeah.
He saw that early, I think.
He did. It's not going to cause any issues really for UK Armed Forces. Peel with the lovely ball forward.
Ball.
And
wow,
what a challenge then for Elliot Holmes then. Approaches the penalty area. Got a bit of room. Inside.
Oh, straight to the goalkeeper again.
It was great work then from UKAF, turning defence into attack. Dave Vincent then with that shot. Didn't trouble the goalkeeper, but it was great work from UKAF there. It stays 0-0. That ball out of play. Wenza unfortunately unable to claim it. So UKAF will have the throw, and it will be Brodie Gray on that far side of the field. Work rate from both of these two teams, Kath, is phenomenal, isn't it, in this first half? Still, you've got to run hard in this cold conditions. It is pretty chilly here, should tell you, in this part of northern Holland. I don't think the wind changes direction much from the Russian steppes before it arrives here.
Yeah, I mean, it's not as windy as it was in the UK last week, I can tell you that, but it is bone-chillingly cold, to be honest.
Great challenge again from Ian, and that was a foul, said the referee, but really important challenge then from Ayu, just to keep the momentum, really, to take the momentum away from the French team. Yeah, Tony Frank saying on Facebook that he expects a penalty to be won by
Greg Peel.
Well, he could be right. No problem for Brodie Gray, that one.
I can reveal that Greg Peel is also featuring on the favourite player of all time. So do stay tuned at half-time. We've got a lot more content coming your way.
Absolutely. These UKAF players. Kerr. Lovely ball across to Elliot Holmes. Holmes still has it. Goes back to Vincent. Elliot Holmes again. Gets the cross in. Peel leaves it.
Go on, Joe.
Well, Joe Spalding with the shot
Couldn't
eventually.
quite connect there.
No, but it was again great work from UKAF. You know, spinning the ball wide on that right-hand side. It's been a rich source of success for them so far. Just that last bit of magic needed to get that ball in the back of the net. Neither team has achieved it so far. Into the last 5 minutes of this first half. It remains UK Armed Forces 0, the French Forces 0. And the French now bringing it forward with Donamia. Turns it well. But misdirected slightly.
Throw in for the UKAF team.
Not even Quentin Sergey could get that one. The definitive French captain wearing number 2, but my goodness me, he's an attacking fullback. Great ball forward. And Elliot Holmes made the run. Eventually, though, it ends up with Sabo.
Kerr and Espinoza there, having a little bit of a tussle, but it's back with Holmes.
Well, Demi Kerr seems to have been involved in an awful lot of stuff.
That's the way he likes it, John.
It is. Just got to be so careful now he's on a yellow card, that's all.
Oh, lovely.
Brilliant challenge from Peel. Referee says play on. Now, Phil Bright bringing the ball forward now. He's got Peel's going to break forward, but couldn't quite find him. The French, though, bringing it forward now themselves. Here's Sergei. Ball goes inside to the number 7. And once again, the French, with their control, bring the ball forward as they look for the opening goal in this match. Great work. Shot comes in, good save, and brilliant clearance from Phil Bright. Well, so near again, the French, to getting the goal. It was good goalkeeping from McCormack, and Bright did so well to clear that ball and deny the French yet another chance. They've had the 2 best chances in this first half, Kath.
I think Elliot Holmes is a pretty good chance, but yeah, the French have definitely looked a bit more threatening in the second quarter of this first half, but took the ball out of play there, so ball to UKAF, and Phil Bright has it.
Vital challenge from Bright there, absolutely vital. But this game could go in so many different directions. Danny Kerr making the challenge for the ball. Goalkeeper is challenged, gets the ball away in the end, only as far as Gray. Back inside to Vincent. Here's Drysdale. And Ayat. All the way across field then. Jack Wright. Nicely collected, but missed out. French with a chance, but again, good clearance, good defensive work then from UKAF, just clearing it up. Pressing well. But the French still have it. Espinosa. Well, the French just happy to play it around at the moment, as the goalkeeper makes a hefty clearance downfield. Nicely controlled by the French as they bring it forward. And the flag goes up for offside. That was really good. High play from the UKAF defence. Really well organised.
Brody Gray
keeping
again.
that high line.
And he kept. Do you know what was amazing about that? Is he knew it was offside. He indicated for it to be offside, but he kept his pace up just in case it wasn't as well. So great defence there from Brody Gray.
And do you know what's impressed me as well? The linesman's flag is going up immediately rather than waiting for something to happen before putting the flag up.
Bright making a run down here on the left field, but I couldn't quite get it to him.
And Ayat just claiming that he was rather more ahead of him than another ball. But here come UKAF once more. Nice control. Peel.
Lovely.
Playing their little triangles, and Greg Peel coming back, but it's collected by Drysdale. Ayat again, who's really impressed me in this first half. Done so well.
Oh, lovely to Spalding. Holmes again.
Oh, and that was a late challenge. The referee has said that was a foul. And I've got a feeling that could be another free kick, another yellow card. But that was a bit of a late challenge then on
Elliot Holmes.
On Elliot, yeah. And this is a very dangerous position. A real opportunity for UKAF here. We're 25 yards, 27 yards out. And they've got a few people who know what to do with free kicks.
And we're into injury time here, John. So this could be the last play of this half.
Just to wish that maybe Jake Gosling was here at the moment, because this would be his territory.
But that's why they've got Elliot Holmes, you see.
Yeah, and he is over the ball at the moment with Aaron Ayat, and so is Phil Bright. What a time this would be to score. But it's still 0-0. French still organising their wall. The French goalkeeper, David. Elliot Holmes then over the ball with Phil Bright. Who is going to take this one? Looks to me like it could well be Elliot Holmes.
They'll keep us guessing, John.
Yeah, they will. A few challenges going in. The referee just going in to sort them out. There's a lot of arms being flung in the air.
It's Davy Vincent having to take himself out of that.
Yeah.
Little conflab in the middle.
Yeah. And there's a lot of back chat going on as well. But the referee is getting his card out, and he is booked a French player there. It looks like it's their number 6, Banyama, who's taken a yellow there.
Well, we had a yellow for back chat in the first game, John, so I'm seeing a pattern
I think
here.
it's just for persistent arms in the air. So Elliot Holmes and Phil Bright still. Who is going to take this free kick? Looks to me like Elliot Holmes is lining it up. Takes it! Oh, and it's just wide. Well, he knew how close that was.
Excellent.
I thought that was going to hit the back of the
Wow.
net, Kath. I really did.
I mean, I was thinking, how can you get one in when there's so much defence and the goalkeeper was moving left to right? That must have kissed the left post.
Well, you can see Holmes's reaction there. Absolutely convinced that was going to fly into the net.
Beckham-esque that was,
Well,
especially with
almost.
his haircut.
Almost. But we are into stoppage time now in this first half. UK Armed Forces and have a chance now. Now, what can Joe Spalding do? Oh, yeah, so Spalding, edge of the box. Gets the cross in. Oh, and there's just nobody there in the end. And that is indeed the last action of this first half. Ooh. Well, what excitement we had there. It could easily have been, what, 2-0 to UKAF there.
And it could easily have been 2-0 to...
And it could easily be 2-0 to the French.
The French from earlier in the game, but it tells you the quality of the sides, you know, when you can't put a toothpick between them, John. So, yeah,
well,
good stuff.
It's been riveting stuff, and it's been a game that lives up to all expectations and keeps the honour of this wonderful competition going. And we've got another 45 minutes to look forward to coming right up. But it's UKAF 0, the French Forces 0 at half-time, and loads more to look forward to during this half-time break. So please do not go away. Oh, what a screamer! That is an astonishing goal. The header goes in, and it's in the back of the net, and it's finally gone in for UKAF.
So my greatest and favourite is probably the Irish trip that we've just had in Northern Ireland. Again, politically, where it was at, people were telling us it wasn't possible. To then, for the lads to put on a performance like they did, they're outstanding on the night.
Number 8 for UK Armed Forces forward ball. Into the footwork of Peel. Ah, and then he's in! Lovely goal. Goal from UKAF.
Politically as well, you'll see that in the future of what the lads have achieved. So again, yeah, I would see that as our probably greatest moment together.
I'd have to go all the way back to 2018, Germany away, new into the UKAF setup. Ding Dong, Stefan and Ginge brought me in. Obviously going away into the Lions Den, winning 2-0. Not to mention I scored that game. It's one of my few goals in my career. But yeah, it's a great memory. Just an experience to go over there and to win 2-0 but defend sort of hearts like lions. And yeah, it was a really good experience.
My favourite UKAF memory from a personal point of view would definitely be captaining the side when we played Bundesliga away earlier this year, back in June. From a collective point of view, it would definitely be winning my first Kentish Cup as part of the squad last year in France.
From a personal point of view, I'd have to say my first competitive international fixture, which was the Irish last year, scoring a goal, winning 4-1, winning so comfortably.
Here's Powell, gets the cross in. Goalkeeper's on top of it.
Finish.
And it's in the back of the net! Oh, that's an equaliser, and guess who's got it? Jack Wright. Well, he's absolutely thrilled with that.
That from a personal point of view, but from a team point of view, the Kentish last year, which is what it's all about. It was a great team, great lads, and a great win as well, away from home. I was saying this to a few of the lads in the warm-up against the Irish away a couple of weeks ago. Like, it's a different feeling when you put on the shirt. You can't explain it, no matter who you play for, CV, what level. We all play different levels, different steps, whatever. When you come into the UKAF team, everyone seems to up the game.
It's the pinnacle of my career, and to having that experience of being a captain in Belfast, like my home game, just recently, it's a massive, massive honour for me, and it's memories I'll cherish forever. Favourite all-time player would have to be George Best, absolute legend of the game in Northern Ireland.
My favourite all-time player is Johan Cruyff because he's the founder of the Dutch football.
The best player in the Zinedine Zidane because best French player.
Favourite English player, football player would be Gaza.
So my favourite player is Thierry Henry. He was playing for Arsenal. He was quick, amazing, good scorer.
Edwin van der Sar, simply because he's an absolute legend, Man United, and played until nearly 40.
My favourite all-time player is Arjen Robben because he can score a lot of goals.
My favourite player is Derek Kuyt because he gives everything in the game, every game.
My favourite all-time player is Gareth Bale.
My favourite all-time player is Ian Wright.
And my favourite player is Zinedine Zidane because he's a magician with the...
And he scores! That's in the net! It's a goal for UKAF!
He's in!
Yes! That's a fabulous save. That's a goal! Yes! Scores! Well, that is a brilliant effort.
Smart
That's
ball.
a great ball.
Can Walker get there? He can. The keeper kind of stuck in no man's land for a second. The ball
Holmes at the back post.
Holmes.
And it's a goal! 2-1 Navy!
Elliot Holmes with the moment.
This is great work as well.
Get
Shot
up.
comes in, and it's in! What a goal!
Finish that is,
oh, what a magnificent goal!
Wow.
And it's George Crofts. Well, that was
Wow,
sensational.
that was...
Then with the corner comes in.
Oh, flashed right across. Oh.
Ball flashing across the ball, and it's in the net. And the Navy have got it. They've got the goal.
That's looking for Bright, who hasn't made that extra effort. He's got Campbell in the penalty area. He's looked towards him. It's Michael Campbell.
Oh, it's 3-2.
And the RAF bench goes wild. He loves it in Aldershot, absolutely loves it. A hat-trick 2 years ago, well, he's at the double now. And the RAF have completed the turnaround, a performance, a comeback of champions.
Oh, Pip Wilson from a massive distance.
It's a great shot.
What a goal!
What a goal!
Oh my God!
And that
You
was
see that?
Garung.
That was Vivek
Vivek Garung has
Oh
got
my
the
God!
goal.
Vivek Garung!
With a Edwards looking to show us her game. Great tackle again from Nadina Green. Strong in there, that's a beautiful ball through. And this is the chance that Barrow's been waiting for. Jade Barrow around the goalkeeper and gives the Navy the lead. Shot from range. Oh, what a goal!
What a goal!
We mentioned that Pip Wilson can do something from nothing.
Still the danger not cleared, and the RAF have it in the back of the net. Well, that was a really well taken goal by Lucy Farrow. All sorts of problems at the back for the Army defence there. They couldn't get the ball cleared, and it was Lucy Farrow who has opened the scoring here.
Hi, I'm Kyle Dixon, and this is In Case You Missed It. The UK Armed Forces Women's Rugby Union team have been competing at the Dubai Sevens. 2 defeats in the pool stage meant an exit from the cup competition, but the plate tournament saw better form. The highlight of their run to the semi-finals was a 42-7 win over King's College, but their hopes of glory were ended by defeat to savvy Black Panthers. The British Army will host the Royal Air Force in the first round of the 2025 Rugby League Challenge Cup. The draw has thrown out an all-military tie in round 1 for the second straight year after the Navy beat the RAF at RAF Cranwell in January 2024. The match will be played in Aldershot on either the 11th or 12th of January 2025. The Navy have been drawn away to Yorkshire-based team Mirfield. Military female boxing showed the power of their punch at the Women's Winter Box Cup. There were gold medals for Army trio Neve Brooks, Charlotte Tasker and Kashana Williams, as well as RAF duo Frankie Lyle and Jennifer Sabine. Losses on final day meant silver medals for Army pair Felicity Johnson and Frankie Barnett and the Royal Navy's Bryony Vass. 2 bronze medals completed the haul for the Army's Ellie Worcester and the Navy's Neve Turr. The British Army Men's Rugby Union team have been crowned UK Armed Forces Team of the Year. That's after a 2024 that saw late Twickenham drama, an inter-services triumph, victory over a USA military team and the Army Team Award.
Well, we're really looking forward to an exciting climax of the Forces show jumping season at the XL Arena at the London International on the 20th. Do join us for that live, and we are really looking forward to seeing some of our best Forces equestrian show jumpers in action there. But welcome back then to Holland here, where we've played out an exciting first half in this Kentish Cup game between the UK Armed Forces and the French, but it remains 0-0 at half-time. And it's a great pleasure to welcome now Christian Markhausen, who's the team manager for the Dutch side. Hopefully you're not licking your wounds too much, Christian, after what happened on Monday. But I think it was a great performance from the French, probably against a fairly inexperienced Dutch team.
Yes, we have a real new team. Some players are very, how do you call it?
Inexperienced.
Yes.
Yeah.
But we do our best. We try our best, and the experienced one have to help them in the game and make them better.
Absolutely. Well, you've been hosting things brilliantly here so far for us today. Let's just sort of look back on that first half, shall we? Because lots of chances for both teams, but probably the French just on top. They certainly had the best chances, didn't they, earlier on in that first half?
Yes, I have the same conclusion, made the same conclusion. They have some very good individual players, and the UKAF team has to do it together as a real team, as a real collective, to stop them.
I mean, if you look at that French side, they've got 4 ex-professional players in their team, and that kind of shows, doesn't it? And certainly, obviously, they hit the posts, early on, and they had one cleared off the line. But UKAF, they also had their chances too. That free kick towards the end of the first half, and with the score at 0-0, anything could happen in this one.
Everything could happen. Yes, we saw it last year also. In the second half, I can remember that it a bit of changed in favour of the UKAF team, and maybe it will happen today also.
Well, they traditionally over the last few years, matches between them have been, very, very tight, and that's been playing out today. Who's impressed you most, maybe in the French team so far that you've seen?
Number 12. Number 12.
Yeah. His name is Robben, isn't it? No connection, obviously, with the famous Dutch star of Ewan Robben.
It would be nice if he had a Dutch mother. He could play for us.
Absolutely, yeah. He scored a hat trick in the game against you.
Yes.
Obviously, caused an awful lot of problems on Monday.
Yes.
And he looks dangerous again.
Yes. That's real quality.
Yeah, absolutely. And for UKAF, I mean, the players just now coming out onto the pitch, of course. UKAF have come out first. I think they're just doing a little bit of late limbering up to get themselves ready. They have the benefit, of course, of having not played on Monday, so they should be fresh, shouldn't they, as the second half progresses?
Yes, they should put the energy which they bring in the first half also in the second half, and maybe the French get tired and they get make use of it.
And I'm not going to ask you for predictions. That's not very fair. But if you were a betting man, who do you think might just sneak this in the second half?
I made a bet.
Yeah. You did make a bet.
Yes, with all of the team.
Yeah.
But I think I'm going to win. But I think it's going to be a draw. So then UKAF also have something to play for on Friday.
Well, they'll know they have to score 6 against you. Win by 6.
We're not going to let it happen.
That will be a very, very tall order. I know from talking to the French earlier on, they're desperate to finish it off today, and of course 1-0 would be enough for them to win the Kentish Cup and win it back. Yeah. Why is it so important? Why is this competition so important? Obviously, from all 3 nations' point of view.
It's in due of the history of the Kentish Cup. I think it's the oldest UEFA Cup, so it brings a lot of memories and thoughts about why the cup is, why we're playing. I think that's very important.
And that that wonderful tradition of this cup that goes all the way back to 1921, and of course the Dutch have, you've played a really important part in making this happen. And I've watched, I think the very first time I ever came overseas to watch the Kentish Cup, believe it or not, 1993 at Breda, not too far down the road from here, and in those days, the Dutch side, you had a lot of national servicemen who were professional footballers.
Yes.
Have you suffered really as a result of maybe not being having national service?
The last time we won the cup is a long time ago, due to the fact we only have real amateurs, but they want to play and we do our best, and you never know if there's going to be a surprise in the next coming years.
Absolutely. Well, you've hosted it superbly here for us today. Christian, thank you so much for taking your time. As you can see, the players, both sides now back out onto the pitch. I think we've had a very competitive first half.
Yes.
No holds barred when it comes to challenges, and I can't see that being any different in the second 45 minutes. Can you?
No.
Christian Bachhuizen, the team manager for the Dutch side, thank you so much indeed for your time today.
You're welcome.
And I'm sure you're enjoying watching this as a bystander, and maybe making a few notes as well about the UKAF team.
Probably.
Lovely stuff.
Thank you very much.
That's great. So that's the Dutch team manager here, who told me that he was on the verge of being sacked on Monday. I'm very glad that he wasn't, and he's still with us too. Great to see you again, Christian. Thank you for your time. Of course, he joined us this time last year when we had the similar game with the French, and as a co-commentator. But great to have his company again today. We are underway for the second half here, and it remains 0-0 here in Stul between these two teams, and this game could go either way. It could go in any direction. Obviously, for all the UKAF fans who are tuning in around the world to watch us today on our Forces News YouTube channel, great to have you with us. Floodlights on. Temperature's going to drop even more, I would have thought. UKAF, though, coming forward very quickly. Here's Elliot Holmes, edge of the box, plays it wide to... Cross comes in, and the French eventually get it clear. UKAF maybe hoping to catch the French on the break early doors. They've made a really strong start to this game. Drysdale again. A certain amount of pushing and shoving going on there to keep Racinea out. French, though, concede the throw. An early goal in the second half would do wonders for both of these teams, but particularly for UKAF. Christian there predicting we're going to end in a draw here, Kath.
Did he predict any goals, or did he think a 0-0 draw?
Well, you know, we didn't get that far, but certainly, certainly a draw.
I think it'd be a brave man to actually predict a winner at this point, John. To be honest,
it would be very brave. But UKAF has started this second half really well. That'll be a big challenge then for big Scaramono. So
Carl Milgate is watching on Facebook. Great work as usual, John and the team. And he says all the best, lads. Of course, Carl Milgate, who is head coach of the UKAF women's side as well, and a very successful one at that.
Indeed. And well done to all our UKAF women players who've done so well in the FA Cup last weekend.
Yeah, still 2 players in the going into the 4th round.
Absolutely.
And Macca as well at Wolves.
Absolutely. Well, Wolves had an incredible win, didn't it? Was it 13
13
or 14 nil?
Against a side with a UKAF player in.
So we had to be careful about that.
Yes.
Yeah.
Everyone's a winner, I suppose, in that sense.
Yeah, apart from the team that lost 14 0. Throw in then to the French. Sabo takes it. Sabo. Danny Kurd does pretty well there. And also Brody Gray too. Gets it back to his goalkeeper. Launches it forward. There's Kerr again. It's going to be a moment of magic, really, to separate these two teams, I'm absolutely sure, because they've been so tight and so competitive in this first half. Here's Sabo. Dangerous player for the French. Inside to
Dunyama there.
Dunyama, yeah. Scored in that first game against the Dutch, and that's a brilliant ball across to his captain, Sergei. Neither team of bench has made any changes that we can see in into the second period here.
Good luck, UKAF, from Tracy is Aaron's mum and grandparents watching in Spalding. That's Aaron Ayat, who's having a really good game. Well, that's our opinion, isn't it, John? But yeah, he is.
Oh, I think there's no doubt about it. He's played really well. And here he is on the ball now. Nice control. Just looks really positive on the ball. But it's with the French at the moment as they try to get across the halfway line. Being pegged back by UKAF at the moment. Challenge goes in then from the big number 9 for UKAF. He's also looked good today, his Greg Peel. French having survived this early onslaught from UKAF, coming forward with their own. That's a lovely play from the captain. Edge of the penalty area. Looking for a penalty. The referee says no chance. Well, there's no VAR here, so there's no question of any discussion. But UKAF bringing the ball forward now on that far side of the field. Here's Ayat again. Lovely ball, spreading it, trying to spread it across, but it's intercepted by the French, by their number 6, Bonamia. And the French lose it. Now, what can Elliot Holmes do here? Nice play from Peel.
Oh, Davy Vincent not quite getting on the end of that.
So nearly on the edge of that. This game really opening up in these early moments of the second half. Ball goes out wide then onto that far side of the field. The dangerous Robin. Good challenge. That's going to be a corner kick nothing that UKAF could do about it. And I believe, Kath, that is actually the first corner
we haven't
of
seen
this
them.
match. First corner of the game, and it goes to the French.
And do you know what? Both teams have really been practicing a lot of corners, been analysing a lot of corners, and now they get their opportunity. So,
well, going over to take it is Sabo, an ex-professional player. So he knows what to do when it comes to set pieces. There's no doubt about that.
I imagine Espinoza is pretty good in the corner kick, but he's being marked out there by Jack Wright.
Good header clear for UKAF. And look at Greg Peel. Like a greyhound there, making his way across the pitch and really tidies up the damage there. That could have been a difficult one for UKAF, but Greg Peel doing really well.
Great to see some French support on our YouTube channel, John. So I'm glad the word has got out. We also have the live stream up in the clubhouse here at Vestre. So,
but luckily, most people are out here watching rather than sat inside. But that's great, isn't it, to have that? And that's courtesy of our wonderful engineer here, who's done such an amazing job, as usual. Scott Richmond.
Scott Richmond.
He's done a great job for us. He's just given me that look saying, what? You're
Don't
talking
talk about me.
Nice work from UKAF, bringing the ball out. And here's Dave Vincent. Nice control from him. What can UKAF do here? Here's Phil Bright on that left-hand side. Spalding. Here's, once again, Vincent. But it breaks down in that midfield area. The French can bring it clear here. But UKAF looking tight at the back. That was a foul by the number 4, Aaron Ayet, and he goes into the referee's book. And it's
Ladislas Duniama who's down. And having lost Jabello in the first half, good to see Duniama get back on his feet. Quickly checked over there.
Just feeling his right shin by the looks.
Yeah, these French lads are gonna be tired after. I mean, even though it was a 5-0 game on Monday, John, the first half was actually really competitive, and I feel like there was a lot of fatigue in the Dutch side in the second half. Perhaps that's why the French were able to slot in 4 more goals. But you know, there's no denying that it would have worn out a few of the legs of the French team. And of course, they had a light training session yesterday, but they still trained.
Yep. Well, we'll see whether that fatigue clicks in. Our UKAF players, obviously, like coiled springs, ready to go. That's a really good run down that left-hand side there for UKAF by Joe Spalding, wasn't it? And it was eventually won back by the French, though.
Spalding showing real speed there as well on the left wing.
So look how well marshalled the UKAF team is. Just a little bit of a gap, though, for Racine on this.
Bright's lovely little defensive header there from Phil Bright's got the UKAF ball back.
They're so solid at the back, UKAF. Everyone knows their job inside out.
Jack Wright wants the ball so much all the time. It's good to see.
I just hope that UKAF can win themselves a corner or some sort of set piece to bring these big defenders into an attacking position. We've seen so many times how they can score from set pieces.
I think Jack Wright is UKAF's top scorer, unless that's something he's told me.
Yeah, well done, Phil. Yes, well, he claims that he's the top scorer. I'm not going to deny that. The offside flag goes up against
Corentin Ragnay there, just a little bit early on the ball.
Racine was offside. Frustrating for him. Looks like another name has gone into the referee's notebook. Not quite sure who that was. It might even have been Ratinelli himself, actually, for his reaction to being given offside. Throw to UKAF. A promising opportunity for them.
Brody Gray to Ayat.
Nice play again from Ayat again. Such a positive player. Loses out though. Danny Kerr though mops up the damage. Here's Drysdale and Kerr. Drysdale looking to play that ball, instead makes the right decision and goes back to Jack Wright. And Drysdale again. Danny Kerr. And Jack Wright. Moving themselves forward, but that's only going to evolve into a blue hand. That's going to be a free kick. The referee's going to allow play to go on. And will he pull it back? Well, it looked like
No, it doesn't look like it.
No. Phil Bright. Yeah, this game really opening up now. And we could certainly see some goals. But they're so tight, these matches. If you remember the game of remembrance as well between the British Army and the German Army ended 0-0 earlier on this year. They're so tight, these matches.
And to be clear, it doesn't go to penalties at Kentish Cup, does it? It just stays on goal difference.
Yep. The incentive, of course, is for UKAF to win this, because they know that if it ended in a draw, they would have to score 6 against the Dutch.
Well, that was going to be my line for the second half, John, but...
Well, you can say it again if you like. Opportunity then, changing. Oh, it's just a little bit too far for Elliot Holmes there.
Oh, good control.
I'm afraid just a little bit too hefty on the challenge. And
he's still down, the French player.
Yeah. He's holding his head, which is not good to see. And it was a challenge then with Espinosa. Didn't seem to be too much in it. I think he just fell really awkwardly, didn't he?
Yeah, I mean, you know, in Peel's defence, he was going for the ball. It looked like he used quite a lot of his body, but Espinosa's not a small man, so. But yeah, it fell awkwardly, and he's been down a while, so.
Yeah, it's been a gloomy old day here in Holland. The floodlights just beginning to really take effect now in this second half.
Good news is he's up. Espinosa is up. He just needs to come off the pitch for a 30-seconder.
Yeah, once the game restarts again. In fact, yeah, he said, no, you can't go back straight on, sir. You have to wait.
So eager to play.
French just temporarily down to 10 men. He's back on the field now. Oh, that was a really hefty challenge.
Yeah.
And I think Dave Vincent...
that's Danny Kerr again. Oh, that's good. Yeah. And there's, do you know what, there's some... I know it's a really harsh rivalry, but they're actually being quite gentlemanly out there.
Oh, it's been played in the good, you know, it's competitive sportsmanship, sportspersonship, I have to say, don't I, these days. But yeah, it really has been so far, and we hope it stays like that, of course, because the whole essence of this Kentish Cup is all about friendship between allies. Nice control here again. Ayat again did really well. Referee says that was a rather too hefty a challenge by Danny Kerr. Not a lot of space inside that penalty area.
Nope.
The French marshalling, they've really got a very solid back four, just as UKAF have as well. Great header going in then. And that was a foul. Foul there on Aaron Ayat. A lot of fouls just coming into play at the moment.
It's very stop-start at the minute.
It is. We haven't really had any rhythm to these first few minutes, but we have now played an hour of this match. It remains 0-0. You just get the feeling that one solitary goal might be enough. Great work down that left-hand side.
Spalding again.
Yeah, Joe
coming
Spalding
to life.
has looked good, hasn't he? Here's Kerr. Outside to Bright. Phil Bright gets a good cross in. Who's there?
Peel!
Peel's there, shoots, and he did really well to bring the ball under control, but just couldn't latch onto it in the way that he wanted to. Went into the hands of the goalkeeper. It's still 0-0.
It's like one of those mosquitoes to a lamp. Yeah. The fluoro orange, the football to the fluoro orange.
You think so?
I mean, he's a very good keeper, but a lot of our shots have gone, a lot of UKAF shots have gone straight to him.
Challenge there going in again. That's going to be another yellow card. And this time it's the French 21, Lassalle, Julien Lassalle, who is shown a yellow card for that hefty old challenge there on Aaron Ayat, who's, goodness me, he's been in the wars today, hasn't he?
Yes, he has.
He knows he's been in a match. He's been able to dish it out as much as he's had it dished out to him. Phil Bright then with the free kick. Bright's free kick. Oh, he's aiming for Jack Wright there, who very nearly got on the end of it. He's the sort of person you want on the end of a free kick like that. French give another throw in away. They're on the attack at the moment. It's 0-0. Everything to play for in this second Kentish Cup game of 2024. Gray. Nice bit of control then from the French number 7.
Spalding, great
and
win.
Joe Spalding has won it back again. Can he get the cross in?
Oh, no one there.
And it's good defensive play there by Scaramuzzino.
Well, I'll tell you what, UKAF. Oh, apologies if anyone heard any banned language there.
I didn't hear any, Kath.
Well, it wasn't me for a change.
Jack Wright back to his goalkeeper, who's been pretty redundant so far in this first half, as Lawrence McCormack. I'm sure that's the way he likes it, but you've got to be really careful when it's as cold as this. That's a lovely ball through. Joe Spalding just can't quite control it, but he'll win it back. No, he doesn't. Oh, well, the referee...
That's a fair tackle.
Was it a fair tackle? The ball's gone out of play. He went flying, but whether it was a fair tackle, I'm not absolutely quite sure. Just
bring it back.
Well, it was certainly a sliding tackle. It was going to go one or two ways. The Frenchman, Racinet, is claiming that it was an unfair challenge. He certainly went flying through the air, but the referee says throw in. No, he doesn't. He says free kick. So it was a free kick.
So it wasn't a fair challenge.
No, it wasn't a fair challenge, no.
No, I'm glad we got that sorted out, John.
Eventually. So this will be free kick floated into the box.
McCormack's on it though.
I don't think there'll be any problems for Loz McCormack.
Catching practice for the man in yellow.
And Brodie Gray will bring it forward. Good long ball forward. Looking for some support. Great header.
Nice.
And again, really well won back by UKAF. Now, what can they do with this? Elliot Holmes.
Oh, unfortunate.
Caught out there. Danny Kerr mops it up. UKAF build once more.
Yeah, Brandon Moenza on the end of that French ball, but fell, but doesn't seem to have come off worse for it. But UKAF back in possession.
Well, yeah, A really good claim then from Elliot Holmes there for the throw-in, and wins it. Brodie Gray.
We've had a prediction on YouTube. Mehmet Merashal Fabian, he says 1-0 to the French. Of course he would.
I'd have been very surprised if he'd said anything else. But this game.
But he says it's close.
It is close. It is such a close game. And this is a tribute to both these teams, really. I was actually asked at half-time by Christian where a couple of our UKAF players were. So, well, actually, at least one of them is on training. Great work. It's going to be a goal. It is. UKAF have the lead. And who is it who's put it in the back of the net for them? Well, there was a scramble in the box there. It's really well worked. Fantastic work for them.
I think it was a Kerr goal. Danny Kerr.
Is it Danny Kerr who's the scorer? It looks like it. Well, how many times has he scored really important and vital goals? But you've got to say, brilliant work from Greg Peel there.
Absolutely. The control was brilliant.
How he controlled that ball, I don't know. But he did brilliantly. Managed to square it across. And who was there?
Well, that's
I don't think it was Danny Kerr, you know. I don't think. I think it was. I think it was Dave Vincent who put it in.
Well, you have got them confused before, John. So
Yeah.
we'll
I think it's Dave Vincent who scored there, but the number 8, I could well be wrong, but there again, I could be right. But what matters is that UKAF are leading this Kentish Cup game against the French by 1-0. 67 minutes played here. Such an important goal for UKAF.
Ooh, well, needs to keep the heads up because...
but the French have really got to press forward now.
Elliot Holmes.
That's great. That's great work then, again from Dave Vincent. He's done so well.
Sorry, John, but Craig Tilley, who's watching the game at home, our reporter, said, well, Fabian's prediction aged like milk. Absolutely brilliant comedic timing there from Tilley. Thank you very much.
That's what we pay you for, Craig. Brilliant stuff. But UKAF have the lead here in this Kentish Cup. Can they hold on to it? The French are really going to have to go for it now. UKAF leading 1-0.
We've had it confirmed that it was Danny Kerr who scored that
Fair
goal.
enough. I've been proved wrong in the past.
Looks like Dave Vincent, but it was Danny Kerr.
I remember a time in Dublin when I gave a wrong decision about a goal scorer.
Jake Gosling, and it was Mark Drysdale.
Yeah, yes. And I had to buy a round of drinks.
And
didn't go down. Well, didn't go down to my bank manager, but the lads were quite happy.
And John doesn't drink, so
no, I know.
Quite a hefty
expensive
bill.
Nights, yeah. But you know what? That's what it's all about there. And well, great reactions coming in, obviously, from all around the British forces world to that goal. Keep those reactions coming in.
Danny, talking about Danny having just scored, but he's just telling his team to keep calm.
Yeah.
He was not the calmest man on the pitch about 5 minutes ago.
No, he wasn't, and he wasn't in the first half either when he got booked. But yeah, UKAF have just got to hold their nerve here, just play their game. The French are very good at coming back, of course, and they have a chance here now on the edge of the box. Shot comes in, but it goes wide. That was Vieira who got the shot in there. UKAF will just... it's a bit too early for game management, to be honest, Kath. And UKAF will know that the French will be coming at them now as they look for an equaliser and look to get themselves back into this game. This is where great game management now from the bench is going to be really important.
I can tell you 20 minutes in football is a long time, John.
When you're one up, it certainly is.
Yeah.
It's a very dangerous situation to be in, but they survived this first few minutes.
I can tell you I lost my headphones when that goal went in.
I know you did. I had to stay calm. But we've had 70 minutes played here. And UK Armed Forces have this priceless lead at the moment. Elliot Holmes. Great work from Drysdale there. So composed on the ball. He and Jack Wright. Nice work from Phil Bright there. Ball goes out wide, then onto the right, but it's picked up by the French captain, by Sergei. And there's a lot of danger in this French team, particularly now. They'll be throwing everything at UKAF. Captain again. Challenged unfairly, says the referee, and he was challenged there by Joe Spalding. So the French then have a free kick. Can UKAF hold on to this lead?
Oh, that was unnecessary. Bit of argy-bargy from the French there.
Scaramuzzino, who's a fairly fiery character at the best of times. He's already seen yellow, but he floats a dangerous free kick in, headed clear well. And who was that at the back, helping out his defence? Greg Peel. Been absolutely magnificent so far for UKAF.
Both ends of the pitch.
But chance for the French. Oh, that's a great save. Really good save from McCormack. Oh. And it's blasted high and wide by Espinosa. Well, that was probably the most dangerous moment that UKAF have had to survive in this second half so far.
It's Dunialma again.
Yeah.
What I was saying about the goal hanging, which I know isn't goal hanging because he wasn't offside, but he's so dangerous when you play the ball forward to him.
Yes, he reminds me of a certain Leicester
player,
who was all over the place. Did a pretty good job for Chelsea as well, but N'Golo Kante, of course, who helped Leicester win that fabulous title back in 2016, and then went on to do the same thing for Chelsea. Great header again from that man Peel, who I think has been magnificent. But they've all played so well so far. McCormack will get the ball into the stand and
nearly hit the club. Well, it did hit the clubhouse. Nearly broke a window.
Nearly went into the big screen, which is showing our coverage. UKAF leading 1-0 here. What can the French do? Here's Sabo. Gets it back as far as the big number 5. And across field then to Bunyama. French pushing themselves forward, but that's going to be no danger whatsoever. Clipped up the outside of his right foot. Goes harmlessly out for the throw-in, and I don't think that Phil Bright will be in any massive great hurry to take that throw-in. Don't blame him either.
Yeah, I mean, you talk about game management now, John, but you know they've got to make the clock work for them, haven't they?
Well, they have, and I would suggest not defend too deeply at the moment, not to let the French back in. They've been very successful at that so far in this game. They've played a high line for the most part, and that high line has paid benefits. The French have been caught offside a lot, but the French have won a free kick here. This is a dangerous situation. And once again, Ramoso is going to take it.
Sounds like a fine wine, Scaramuzzino.
Yeah, but you can say it much better than I can. I'm just blaming it on the cold.
I wanted to get that one in there.
Again, he floats a dangerous free kick in. Goalkeeper claims it really well.
He's been so solid, McCormack.
Yeah, Los McCormack, he's done well. Everything he's had to do so far. You'll look back at a very scary moment when the ball hit the outside of that post in the first half. But here comes Elliot Holmes. Yeah, it's back to Holmes again. Just looking for a bit of support. A bit frustrated there is Elliot. But just hold that. Keep your calm.
It looks like the French might be making a change imminently, John. We can see Melvin Vieira warming up here on the sidelines.
Yeah, wearing number 10. French still with a lot of opportunity here. Bright will just shield it for his goalkeeper. McCormack does well, comes back off to collect. Always a dangerous situation that for a goalkeeper when you've got a marauding striker coming towards you.
He had Phil Bright as a bit of a buffer, but didn't. Phil got out the way quite quickly.
Don't blame him. And you've got a couple of express trains heading towards you. Looked like a handball there from the Frenchman, but referee allows play to go on. Captain Sergei fires it forward again. Nicely collected for UKAF. Bright, cross field. Oh, just be careful. No room for any sort of errors like that. A great header from Big Jack there. Jack Wright makes a good header. Referee just suggesting there's going to be a change now. So the French are going to make another change, and the man coming off is Mubello.
No, it's 21.
No, it's number 21, I beg your pardon.
LaSalle.
Yeah, LaSalle, yeah. From where I was looking, it looked like 11 on his number, but it's 21.
Yeah, it's not...
it's my eyes, you know, they're not what they were.
Well, it's gloomy out there, John. I'll give you that one.
Yeah.
So Melvin Vieira then on number 10 for the French. Some fresh legs, and no doubt UKAF will be using their impact players soon as well.
And the French will be getting tired, of course. They know they've got to really press if they're going to win the Kentish Cup outright today. That's a real chase then for Danny Kerr. He's going to get there first, and he's pushed over. That is a free kick, and that is a really well-won free kick then from Danny Kerr, and it was Espinosa who
it's
made
so
the challenge.
Unnecessary.
Yeah,
so
didn't need to make that challenge because Kerr was actually facing away from the goal. But
just my opinion, but
well, I think you're quite right.
Ayet will take the free kick out here on the right wing.
He's going to leave it, I think, for Phil Bright to take, just wind down a few more moments legitimately.
Mike Atkinson on YouTube says DK with a fist punching emoji. I think that's Mike Atkinson, ex-UKAF player.
Indeed it is.
Yes.
Yeah, good afternoon to you, Mike.
Yeah, good to hear from you, Mike.
I'm sure you're all jumping up and down in front of the television or your laptop or wherever you're watching. Bright then with... and charging in there was Jack Wright, as he's done so many times in the past, but the ball is cleared by the French. Looked like a bit of a nudge then on Peel, but referee says no foul. French still feel they've got a chance here. Remember, they got that 5-0 victory in the bag. Great challenge. Referee says play on. Elliot Holmes.
That man Peel again.
Yeah,
oh, on the ground,
he
still
has
got the
been
ball.
brilliant. Oh, and then he's chopped from behind. That will surely be another. And who was it who committed that? I'm just trying to see.
Was it Vieira who just came on, or was it?
It looks like Vieira who committed the foul.
But Peel's up. He's all right.
Actually, it looked to me a bit like Scaramuzzino who actually committed that foul. Yeah, Scaramuzzino committed the foul, and he has already been booked. So he's a lucky boy, Kath.
Yep. Although, I suppose they don't have another game to think about, but
they couldn't really afford to go down to 10 men at this stage, could they?
You're right. Yes.
Oh, and Kerr gets the shot in again. Right man, right place, right time.
Kerr scored a very similar goal. I think it was against the Irish Defence Force in Dublin many years ago.
The French looking dangerous here on the edge of the box. Ball hooked in, and great defensive work again.
Drysdale with a head there.
Mark Drysdale, absolute rock at the back today. He and Jack Wright have been absolutely superb. Just really nothing, very little has got through. Drysdale again clears, but only as far as a French player, and straight into the hands of Los McCormack. Yeah. We have just over 10 minutes to go here, plus whatever stoppage time the referee wants to play, and UKAF leading this Kentish Cup tie by 1-0. It will go down if they win this as one of their great performances in this competition, no doubt about that.
There wasn't much sleep last night, I think, from UKAF staff, John. Looking, well, not looking forward to the game, but you know, thinking about the game. So this will be
nice stuff again. Here's Peel. He deserves a goal. Goalkeeper makes the save. Elliot Holmes. The shot comes in from Kerr, but it's blocked, and that could easily have been 2-0.
But they're really controlling it well. Like, they're not getting in. That says a lot for the French defence, but they're really controlling it well in front of goal.
The French really caught out at the back there. But again, it's Joe Spalding has caused so much trouble today on that left-hand side. And a change now being made for UKAF.
So we've got Sean Powell coming on for Elliot Holmes, in fact.
Yeah. Well, Sean Powell, again, he's one of these players who is based down at HMS Sultan.
We've had a message from Dick Lawty, of course, who was a former goalkeeping coach for the UK Armed Forces. He said, come on boys, solid, organised, best of British. Danny Kerr, big game player and legend. Loz, solid, all heroes. He's talking about Loz McCormick, of course, and as a goalkeeping coach, that is praise from Dick Lawty.
It certainly is.
He was the backbone of UKAF goalkeeping for years, and all hail to you, Dick. Saw you a couple of months ago. Lovely to see. Saw him in out in Belfast, John, for the Irish Defence Force game.
Yeah. Which, of course, UKAF won 1-0, didn't they?
They did. Another competitive fixture, competitive friendly fixture.
The Friendship Shield, I believe.
Friendship Trophy, yes.
Yeah. Well, we're still just waiting for play to continue. There's a referee having a quick word with a couple of players. There's a yellow card. And who's that being shown to? Oh, it's been shown,
I think, to a UKAF player.
Yeah, it's been shown to Greg Peel, I think, just for backing into his French counterpart to.
He's indicating an elbow.
Yeah.
But
Binyama.
You still UKAF throw-in. I think the French thought that it was their ball, but.
Well, Brodie Gray waiting, standing by to take it. Aimed for Peel, doesn't get to him.
Spalding.
And Spalding was challenged there. Referee says play on. What a header from Wright. That was an amazing header from Jack Wright. And it's put the French under pressure again. Here's Peel. Nice control from him. He's really fleet of foot, isn't he? He's a big lad, but he is fleet of foot. Wide on that right-hand side then. French captain, Sergei, ploughs it forward, but who's on the end of it again? Jack Wright. Here's Phil Bright. Right to Bright.
It rhymes.
Almost out of sight.
Don't give up your day job, John.
No, I won't, but one has to try. We've got just over 5 minutes of normal time to go here. Well, Aaron Ayat was charging through there.
Okay.
Come on, lads. There's no need for this. The French getting very upset. They are trailing 1-0. They just feel that things are against them at the moment. Referee just telling them to calm down.
I guess we don't all hear everything that goes on the pitch, so.
Which is probably just as well.
Yeah.
French making another change here. Coming off for them is number 19, Rassinet, and he's replaced by number 15, Barthas.
Johan Barthas, I think that is.
Yep. So that's 3 changes the French have made. So they can't make any more. I think you're only allowed to change 3 times during the course of the game.
Okay.
So that is the last change that the French can make. Ginge White has only made 1 change so far.
I think it would be, the French don't say TNH, I think it's actually Barthas, rather than Barthas, as I said.
Okay.
Because they can't say Cath, they say Cat. That's what I'm basing my knowledge on. Duniama.
That's a nice ball.
Out to Robin.
Across the ball.
Wow.
And do you know what? One thing I would say is that in this second half, that Robin, who was so dangerous in the first half, he's been kept very quiet.
Very quiet. And that's largely down to the back three that you were talking about, back four that you were talking about. Drysdale in there with an incredible defensive tackle.
The French have their second corner of the game. Only the second corner of the entire game. Taken by the number 10. Headed out by the French. That this ball still not out of play.
Clear.
It's brilliantly clear by UKAF.
Peel
and
again,
here's Peel.
and there's Spalding.
Now, Joe Spalding has gone off. No, he hasn't, has he? He's still there. And very quickly, UKAF turning defence into attack.
Our director, Sarah, big shout out to Sarah, very invested in this game. She went, run, 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 run. Joe can hear you, Sarah.
Well, the French have...
I'm always
won.
listening.
Is that a French free kick, or is it... No, it's just game being pulled back for an injury to Nuenza, who he went in to try and strike for goal, but he was really heavily tackled. But we are going to see another couple of changes now for UKAF. And preparing to come on are Jordan Sowerby and also for them
Michael Campbell.
Mike Campbell. Jordan Sowerby.
Both RAF players.
Yeah. He's an air traffic controller, is Jordan. Big Liverpool fan. UKAF making the changes and coming off, and had a fantastic game so far for UKAF. Has been their big number 9 today, Greg Peel. And also going off Phil Bright, who has just put in a terrific shift.
A typical Bright performance. Yeah. Solid,
I'm
reliable.
sure the entire Bright family are applauding at this very moment in front of their television. Yeah, well done, Phil. And also Greg Peel as well. Absolutely brilliant. Referee has just basically called for a drop ball, so UKAF will have that. And we are into crucial moments now. This is game management time for UKAF. They lead this game by 1-0 here against the French. Referee just about to drop the ball. It'll be cleared forward again by UKAF. Oh, is that a back pass? Well, it looked like a back pass.
No, the referee's having none of it.
Well, the referee says no. That was clearly a back pass, wasn't it? Anyway.
I'm not going to disagree with you, John.
It's play on. UKAF again. And here's a chance then for them to really make this game safe. Goalkeeper makes the save. Oh my goodness me.
Cammy scored from that position before. 1-on-1, I would always put my money on Michael Campbell.
Mike Campbell, yeah. He's only just come on the pitch. My word, that was an opportunity.
But it's good to see UKAF still putting pressure on, even though they're 1 goal up. You know, they need to keep that pressure up.
And the French growing more and more desperate to get this. So was it a back pass? Well, I don't know.
We're going to have it replayed in a second, John.
To be honest with you, it doesn't really matter, because the referee has said play on. Campbell again involved, this time committing the foul. Well, it was certainly a touch back. I'm not sure it was a back pass at all. Well, I think the referee is probably allowed.
I'm sure he'll be relieved to hear it. He's a wing commander, remember, John, so don't want to get in trouble.
No, that's true, yeah.
Robin then, back on the ball.
Oh, what a challenge. What a tackle that was. Drysdale again, so determined. Tom Richardson saying Jordan is defo a Nottingham Forest fan, John. Yeah, I know he is. Great coverage as always, BFBS. Thanks very much for that. But still some work to do for UKAF. And that's a really important header there, actually, from Jack Wright to put that ball out for a third French corner. And we really are in the witching hour now, into the last minute of normal time here. Can UKAF hold on?
It's a lot of shouts.
Corner flows in. Keeper does brilliantly
lovely.
well. What a great take from Lawrence McCormick there. Makes the save. Took a bit of a knock. We're going to have 5 minutes of stoppage time, says the referee. McCormick has gone down there.
There's a lot of people watching this this last 5 minutes of this game, John. It's got very busy on the commentary on YouTube and on Facebook. So, yes, you've joined us at the right time. UKAF are 1-0 up, and we've got 5 minutes still to play of injury time.
If they could hold out for this next 5 minutes, it will go down as one of the great victories for UKAF in the last few years in the Kentish Cup, because believe me, the games between the French and UK Armed Forces have been so tight. A lot of them have been draws, but a victory here for UKAF, well, that will set them up, of course, for Friday's encounter with the Dutch, who will certainly be aiming to improve on their performance against the French just a couple of days ago. But I wonder how much fatigue is playing now on the French part. UKAF look really strong. That was surely a foul. Referee says yes. It's going to be a free kick to UK Armed Forces.
And you've got to bear in mind, I mean, I don't want to look beyond this game at the minute, but, you know, UKAF may well be fatigued when it comes to Friday, whereas the Dutch have had 3 days off.
True enough. But to say the UKAF team will be buoyed by the way they play today is, again, an understatement, isn't
Absolutely.
it? Great header forward again and chasing after it. They win the free kick, do they? Or do the French win it? It's going to be a free kick to the French on that far side of the field. Sean Powell.
You know, it's
in fact, it is a
Powell's
UKAF
feet,
free
yes.
kick. It's a UKAF free kick. It's as good as a corner, but I don't think they're going to be in a great hurry to send lots of people forward to, certainly from the defence. So Mark Drysdale is certainly hanging back, and in fact running back as well is Jack Wright, deciding that goes out for a goal kick harmlessly in the end. Bit of a waste there. They could have taken the pressure off a bit more, but the French now will drive forward again with Robin. What have they got left? What have they got left in the tank? What have UKAF got left in the tank? These next few minutes, couple of minutes, going to be absolutely crucial here for the outcome of the 2024 Kentish Cup. It's the French driving forward, but into the side netting. That's no danger at all to UKAF.
There's a lot of watches being watched in the UKAF camp.
There are indeed, and there's going to be another change, I think, for UKAF as well. They're going to bring on
Kieran Feeney from the Royal
Feeney.
Navy.
Yeah, who, you know, Kieran has been around for a while, hasn't he, in this UKAF team. He's got lots of experience.
He will bring energy, John. That's what Kieran brings.
And the man who's coming off is Joe Spalding, who has had a terrific game for UKAF. He's done virtually everything but score today. So Spalding off, Feeney on. And Ginger White has made some really intelligent substitutions at this stage in the competition.
Oh, he knows how to manage, does that Ginger?
Well, that was a foul, surely, on the UKAF play, but the referee says play on. Oh, has he brought it back? Has he brought it back for the free kick? There was certainly a push then on Aaron Hyatt, and that's going to be another yellow card, for this time for the French captain. So Quentin Sergey is shown a yellow. And what we're going to do now is we're going to get Kath is going to leave our commentary position to head down to the touchline, and hopefully she can be getting some reaction. We've just got just a few moments left of this game now. And believe me, this would be a very famous victory for UKAF if they can get the result. The header goes in, and it's well saved by the keeper in the end. It was Jack Wright who was up there with a header from that free kick, and he scored so many goals from that situation. We're literally into the last minute of stoppage time here. The referee, the minimum stoppage time, and the French still aiming and still pushing for something. Man goes down on that far side. French don't win anything, UKAF bring it forward again. They just need to keep their heads here. Dick Lorty says, "Loz, you beauty." A few more messages. Tony Frank confirming that wasn't a back pass. It would have been a harsh decision. I tend to agree with you on that one, Tony. But UKAF now coming forward once again. And here is Mike Campbell. Oh, and that ball just didn't quite reach who it needed to reach. French now challenging one again. Feeney going for it as well. It is so tight and competitive there. UKAF can just feel it on the tips of their toes now, the possibility of winning this game against the French. And that ball runs out of play. And surely not much longer left for the French forces. Referee just checking with his two assistants at the moment. French bringing it clear. What can they do in these last few moments? French still running forward, not giving up yet, of course. Their skipper gets a cross in desperately into the box, but safely into the hands of Loz McCormack. And is that going to be the last action that we see in this Kentish Cup tie? The UK Armed Forces leading the French by 1-0. All eyes on the referee at the moment to see how much longer he's going to let this play. There was, of course, a substitution that was made in that stoppage time, but we are a minute over this 5 minutes of allotted time. The referee blows his whistle, and UKAF have beaten the French Armed Forces here in a famous victory by 1-0, and it's that man, Danny Kerr, who has got the goal. Well, what a magnificent performance from UKAF to see this one through. It was always going to be a really tight fixture between two really well-matched teams here. But it's the UK Armed Forces who have won this game by 1-0. My goodness me, what excitement we've had here. Let's just see that goal once again. And again, you have to say fantastic work, really, from big Greg Peel, who managed to get up there, control the ball, got it across field. The French weren't expecting it. And there was Danny Kerr to put the ball into the back of the net in a way that only he knows how. UK Armed Forces absolutely delighted with that win, but remember, the job is only half done. They've still got to beat the Dutch military team, who have been watching this game from the stands this afternoon, and no doubt they will be desperate to improve on that 5-0 defeat they suffered. But as Kath so rightly said just a few years ago, when the UK Armed Forces, or rather when the French beat the Dutch by 5 goals, it was then a recovery from UK Armed Forces to beat the French by 4-1. It was much, much tighter today. But the French, well, they obviously not happy that they've conceded again. But in a sporting way, they are recovering. Hopefully we'll get some reaction for you very, very shortly. But still the celebrations going on there on the pitch. It was so tight, and one has to say that that UKAF, well, they battled so hard today. A terrific battle from them to win this game, and it puts them in the box seat to retain the Kentish Cup. Of course, they'll be playing again on Friday. They've got to recover quickly. I'm sure there can be a few ice baths for the players afterwards to get themselves conditioned and ready. But it's disappointment, obviously, for the French. And I could just see the French team manager there, Francois Petit, who I spoke to before the game. He said 1-0 will be enough. Well, he was absolutely right, of course, but it's not 1-0 for the French team. It's 1-0 for the UK Armed Forces. As you can see, the players in their huddle, and I'm sure Ginge is going to have a few words to say to them now as they recover themselves together after what has been a memorable afternoon here, almost historic victory here in Holland. Lots of messages coming in. Dick Lawley says, quality as always. Well, I'm talking about us, of course. Of course you are. And this is a very special team that we have here with the UK Armed Forces. Thank you for those kind words, Dick. Great result, says Tony Frank. Well done to Ginge and the team. We can now go down to pitch side where Kath Brazier is now talking to Phil Bright.
Well, I've got Phil Bright here, who had I would say, a typically Brighty performance. I said you were solid, resilient at the back. You make such a great back four there, and you know, I know the goal means everything, but it spoke a lot for you guys that you kept the French out completely.
Yeah, clean sheet was massive for us. We knew if we kept a clean sheet, then we always score. We always score goals. So a clean sheet always gives us a chance to win the game. We know that the last couple of Kentishes have gone down to goal difference as well. So it's important for us to keep a clean sheet, especially against the French, and we want to keep one on Friday against the Dutch as well.
And history with you guys in the French has been a lot of draws, and it just says a lot. You know, I said you can't put a toothpick between the two teams, but they visibly got really frustrated in that second half once the goal had gone in. Is that something you can take advantage of when you're on the pitch?
Definitely. I think it just shows how much it means. Like, it might just seem like a military tournament to anyone, but I mean, the French skipper's just gone off there in tears because he knows how much it means, and it means a lot to all of us as well. But yeah, definitely. I mean, there were a few heated moments in the game, but you can always take advantage of those. I thought we kept our heads really well. We came out for the second half and played really good football, and that's where our goal came from. After that, it was a little bit about digging in because, again, it's about that clean sheet and not getting carried away, taking what we've got, but half a job done.
Captain's performance and a goal from Danny Kerr was brilliant. Loz McCormick at the back, making up that solid back line, had a real storm, especially in the second half. Aaron Ayer, I mean, any of those names we can come out. You know, Greg Peel, to set up that goal, he had such a good game up front as well. So many names that you can just say everyone had a solid performance.
Oh, you could pick anyone, and including the lads that came off the bench as well. I thought we were absolutely outstanding. Every single man backed each other up. You saw that in the first half when there was a couple of tackles going in and DK goes and flat packs someone. But no, we were all in it for each other, and it showed, I think.
Well, look, they're calling for you to go and join the photo, Phil. So off you go. Congratulations. Cheers. See you on Friday.
Cheers.
Give me a hug. Come on.
Well, Phil Bright there, delighted, a very, very happy man, of course, talking to Kath there, and has every right to be. The UK Armed Forces team now taking their picture in front of the goal, posing for the photo. But as we say, the job is only half done here in Holland. They've got to beat the Dutch on Friday, and of course we will be back here live again on our Forces News YouTube channel to bring you all the action from that game. Thanks to all of you for your wonderful comments, keep them coming through today on what's been an historic day for the UK Armed Forces football team, as they have got one hand back on that Kentish Cup after a memorable 1-0 victory here against the French forces here in Streux. And I must say that from all of us here, it's been a very cold afternoon, but we've been warmed by the football that we've seen today and the performance from our UKAF team. So from me, John Knighton, Kath Brazier, and also the rest of the team here, and of course is Chris and Scott and our team back in the UK as well. We'd like to wish you a very good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us, and please join us again for more action from the Kentish Cup. We'll be back again on Friday when UK Armed Forces take on the Dutch. From all of us, a very good afternoon.
And he scores! That's in the net! It's a goal for UKAF!